Welcome to our paper presentation, Playful Resilience, Empowering Recovery Through Autobiographical Game-Based Storytelling in the Opioid Epidemic. We are three researchers from Ontario, Canada, who are thrilled to present our community-engaged research project at ACM CHIPLAY this year. Our interdisciplinary research project is funded by the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. We have collaborated with two community partners in Brantford and Hamilton, and we have approximately 13 research team members responsible for conducting 3 game jams.
Here's the study background. The opioid crisis in Canada has worsened over the past 4 years, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The opioid crisis has been a particular concern for the 2 cities where we conducted our study. Brantford has the second highest opiate overdose rate in Canada, and Hamilton opiate-related death is 45% above the provincial average. Why game jams? Game jams invite people to make the games from scratch 1 to 3 days. They are playful non-clinical spaces that can engage participants in game-based storytelling to support their recovery from opioid addictions. They can also be used as a way to collect data on participant experiences making their games. We developed 3 research questions to guide our research, but in this particular paper, we're focusing on answering our 3rd research question. So how do participants make sense of their experiences with opioid addiction through game-based storytelling? Our target population in this study is adults who are over the age of 18 who are living with or recovering from opioid addictions. Therefore, the objective of this study is to examine the potential of digital games as a sense-making tools and how game jams can be a creative space to support individuals with their healing and recovering from opioid addiction. Here in this project, we utilize game jam methodology, essentially the emphasis on participatory-based research with the participants. We utilize qualitative research methods for this research project, so we include semi-structured interviews and the games the study participants created. Here's some demographic data. So there are 21 game jammers across 3 game jams, majority of them between 35 and 39 of age, followed by 30 to 34 of age. We hosted 3 separate game jams I mentioned earlier, 2 in Brantford and 1 in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. We have 8 participants in our first game jam with all participants in a journey of recovery. 5 participants created 5 Twine games and 3 scratch games. We have 6 participants in our second game jams, 5 in recovery, but due to challenges we had in this particular game jams, only 3 participants created scratch games. For our last game jams, we have 7 participants with all in recovery, all participants but 1 created Bitsy games.
Regarding our research findings, 2 key phenomena emerged from the data: processual phenomena and thematic phenomena. And under processual, we have the subthemes of the maze metaphors, decision-making, and compact games. And under thematic, we have resilience, morality and religion, and social communion. With regards to 1A, the maze metaphors, the maze metaphors can convey the struggle to navigate barriers in the form of stigma, discrimination, and inequity embedded in the healthcare and social support systems that participants accessed for treatment and recovery. 1B, decision-making. Participants harnessed environmental storytelling techniques to map out the players' decision-making processes and mirror the attributes of their decisions while experiencing addiction. For 1C, compact games, autobiographical game-based storytelling is a vehicle for nonverbal expression, with games acting as a compact, tangible technology for narrating life stories of opioid addiction. The games also become like a tightly packed miniature of a lived experience that can be saved like a memento, a reminder of a life lived that can be recalled at a moment's notice. Under our thematic phenomena, we have resilience, which is the processes, methods, and techniques of autobiographical game-based storytelling, such as the use of metaphors, ideation, and implementation through game design, which builds resilience, hope, self-worth, and a sense of accomplishment in participants. For 2B, morality and religion, some participants leveraged religious symbolism and the theme of morality and spirituality to represent the existential struggle of addiction, but not necessarily in expected ways. And finally, for 2C, social communion, the game jam diminished social isolation, which invited participants to share lived experiences and to bond with others.
In terms of our research implications, our research project has relevance to multiple research areas, but we would like to highlight the potential of game jams and game-based storytelling to support recovery in non-clinical settings and the potential of digital arts-based approaches to build resilience in disenfranchised communities. As well, for human-computer interaction researchers interested in inclusive and action-oriented game jam methodologies, our research project demonstrates how individuals with substance use disorders and other conditions can successfully create digital games with appropriate support and motivation. Finally, our study limitations are that we are not evaluating the clinical benefits of game-based storytelling and game jamming, and game jams are logistically difficult to organize when working with vulnerable populations. Thank you so much for listening. All our supplementary materials, such as the Game Jam Equity Toolkit and all our guides, can be found at the Open Science Framework, and the games featured in this paper can be accessed at www.recoverygamecafe.com.